And we are joined right now by Coach Abe, the women's basketball coach here at the University of Georgia. Coach, we appreciate your time today, Katie. Thanks for coming over.
Bad. I'm excited.
Yeah, gosh, I was watching a little Iowa basketball here, what was it, a couple nights ago,
Yep.
and just so impressed. Now, you played here at Georgia for Coach Landers, who I just adored.
Yeah, he's great.
And just was a little bit, with the way he worked you girls, I was thinking, I'm glad I was working with a football program, I said, nobody's got it tougher than these girls here at Georgia. And so then you go back home and you play at Iowa and do some big things there. Have they supported the women's basketball program like that all along? Was it like that when you were playing?
Yeah, I mean, we packed it. Was Vivian Stringer at the time that I went back home and played for, too. So they packed it pretty well. Now it's just, like, overly packed, like really high-level games, we would pack it, and then just, the weekdays we probably wouldn't. But now, I mean, I'm just so proud that Caitlin stayed home and, she just really built that, and it's really exciting for the state of Iowa.
And just it's so rare to see these coaches stick around for an extended period of time. They've been able to do that there. I mean, it's pretty.
Lisa?
Yeah.
So, she was at Drake when I was coming out of high school, and obviously Vivian left and went to Rutgers at the time, and then Lisa just moved over, and obviously that's her home. That's where she's from. Jan Jensen's an assistant there, and Jenny Fitzgerald's been assistant there with Lisa for a long time. So, they've just built that, and it's been up and down a little bit, but Caitlin has really pushed it over the top.
Yes, it's really impressive watching her get after it. What a competitor.
She's very competitive.
So you're coming off your second year here at Georgia, and first year went really well.
Yep.
This past year was a little bit of a struggle here, but you got a lot of turnover, losing some seniors. You got a good class coming in. You must be excited about what the future holds here moving forward.
The first year we were kind of ahead of the curve just because I brought in some players that were part of our system for 5 years, and so we had some great leadership, and they kind of knew us, and we kind of blended them with the players that were here and brought some freshmen in and some transfer portal. This year we were very young in terms of we hadn't coached everybody for a long time, and especially the portal kids we brought in, the freshmen we brought in, and so, this year was a kind of transition reloading year, you know what I mean? And the people coming back are going to know our system really well. We got some phenomenal freshmen coming in, and obviously we're in the portal right now.
Yeah. So, looking forward to seeing this third season here. Coach Landers, I just loved him. Got a chance to know him when I was a student athlete here, and really admired the job that he did. And how's it changed between you as the player and Coach Landers, and now you as the head coach and Coach Landers? Well,
I mean, obviously as a player, I mean, I have to do, I'm trying to win games and go to the Final Four every year and try to, win the conference every year. But he's always been such a sociable, great guy. And, when I transferred back to Iowa, it was hard at first for the both of us. I was just kind of homesick. But he kept in contact with me. I saw him at the Final Fours all the time. And, so even now, I mean, now he's like, I'm not going to bug you, but he's a phone call away, and he knows that if I need him for anything, he'll be there. And he's been really, really supportive.
How about the state of Georgia as far as women's basketball goes? We talk a lot about the metro Atlanta area, just having so many male basketball prospects.
Yep.
What's it look like as far as the women's basketball around metro Atlanta and the state of Georgia, your recruiting ground?
Yep. I mean, I think the young ones coming up are getting really, really phenomenal, to be honest. And, we have one of the top AAU programs here in the state of Georgia, so they do a great job of getting the best players in Georgia and playing on that team, and they're very successful. So obviously our first year we were in a tornado. We didn't even know anybody yet. We knew the program, the AAU program, where we were learning the high school coaches. This year we got to learn a little bit more about the high school coaches, and we're going to have some team camps and stuff where the high school coaches can come. We've had coaches days where we can meet them. It's just been very hard in the first year and the second year just to transition. So we've finally settled in as coaching staff, and we're getting to know people a little bit more.
How would you describe the landscape of women's basketball in the SEC?
It's amazing. I think women's basketball is just on fire right now, and I love that. And I love the fact that, I even hugged Caitlin after our game last year and said, thank you for doing so much for women's basketball. And I even hugged Angel Reese when we played them this year and said, thank you so much for doing so much for basketball. They're doing different things, but at least they're putting a spotlight on women's basketball. And, back in the day when you and I played, obviously football was in the spotlight. Women's basketball wasn't on television every night. And, we had great players and nobody probably even knows who they are, but now those ladies have really put a spotlight on women's basketball, and there's a lot of great young players that are coming up, and they have great role models, and that's the key, to have some role models, to want to be that great, to try to be like Caitlin or be like Angel or be like some of these freshmen that are phenomenal, you know what I mean? So it's just a whole different spotlight on women's basketball.
So you come back. How much had Athens changed? The University of Georgia, the footprint here seems it's a lot different than when I was roaming the campus here.
Well, I wasn't roaming.
Yeah.
You were probably roaming. It's a lot different. The buildings that have gone up and the downtown area is a lot, I don't want to say a lot better, but it's a lot better. There's more restaurants, more things to do down there, and then now it's broadening out to, Bogart and everything. And so it's really expanded, obviously there's more things coming in, and excited about that. So, I just think it's a great footprint for any student athlete to come here to Athens.
Yeah, as far as recruiting goes, I'm sure you're getting a lot of attention out there when you talk about women's basketball here at Georgia. People are paying attention.
Yeah, and our 4 freshmen coming in, they all won their state championships. They are all the top 100 players in the country, so they're excited, to come in. They're excited about our fans. They're excited. Our fans are super supportive, and I'm excited for next year. We're gonna have some really good, freshmen coming in, and then some good portal kids coming on to blend with the players that are returning, and so we're super excited about that. And I know our fans, our first year was amazing, and they loved it, and they got really pumped up, and they were very loyal here on some of our struggles this year, and I love that about them, right? But we're still working hard as a staff and our players, and we're kind of getting rejuvenated for next year.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking time out to come over and just sit down and talk Georgia basketball with us for a little bit. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks for having me.
It's great to see you. Coach Abe in the house talking Georgia basketball.